Ahoy, mateys. Happy New Year. Well, you know, I'm land-bound here for a little bit longer. A little disappointed I didn't get to head south this year, but the rudder problem, I mean, if you can't steer, you're getting into problems, no doubt about it. So hopefully in March, I'll get that fixed. Got a couple other little projects planned just to make life a little bit easier. For example, on my freshwater tank, to fill that, I've got to come in through the boat, move all the cushions off of the V-berth, and fill it from that deck plate there. So I want to put a deck plate on the bow of the boat where I can fill it. The other thing I found out about a month or so ago when I was piddling around with things, I was looking in the anchor locker, and I couldn't really see that well, so I dug my phone out, got the phone, you know, the little flashlight on it, put it in there to see where everything was. And I bumped the road, phone fell out of my hand, hit the bottom of the boat, slid all the way down. I couldn't get it. So in the V-berth, where I thought I could get to it, I drilled I don't know, probably about a 6-inch hole. Looked down in there, couldn't see it. I could still see the structure of the boat going down. I couldn't reach the phone no matter what I tried. So then I wound up cutting another hole in the front of the V-berth where the water tank was. Now I knew it wasn't going into the water tank. And I just drilled a little pilot hole first, and I could see the light from the camera in there. So I drilled a hole big enough I could reach in there, take it out. But what I also discovered during that period of time is because the anchor rode, and whenever it rains or condensation, that all just funnels down and then eventually goes to the bilge and just makes the bilge a mess. So what I think I'm going to do this year is I'm going to build a floor in the anchor locker with a drain overboard, so that when that water builds up, it goes out there, and I don't get all that mud from the bay and off of the road into the boat, and just keep the boat a little bit cleaner and neater. So that's a project that I'm going to work on. Let's see, what else did I have on mine here? Well, yeah, of course, clean and organize everything. And you know, my Bimini, that was something I had put together from miscellaneous parts out of the dumpster, and people had given me some stuff. But a few of the people at the marina at North Point and Cap, Bimini top, like for a pontoon or something like that, $125, $150, and the thing looks fantastic. I know a couple other boaters in the marina have done that, and it looks great. It'll be much more functional than what the heck I've got going right now, so I'm going to do that later in the year. You know, so here I am in our son's house, thinking about the cruising season. I mean, it's a beautiful day today. It's 50-some degrees, light breeze. You can see, sunny. So I'm starting to plan for the spring and summer and fall cruising. Now, I've spent a lot of time on the upper bay, and I like the upper bay, don't get me wrong, but I think I want to spend a little bit more time on the mid bay and the Virginia bay. Now, a few years ago, I spent a lot of time on the Virginia bay. That was a lot of fun. So in my process of planning, of course, some of it is from my alleged mine here of things that I think I want to do. And I got a couple of spots that I really like to go to and visit. Of course, North Point Marina and Rock Hall is my home port, so I like that. Fells Point is always a lot of fun. Henderson's Wharf right there. Oh, a destination marina on the bay, on the upper bay. Tolchester Marina with the beach and the bar and everything there. I don't count it a season unless I've been there, so that's always a lot of fun. And that might be where I go to dry dock my boat to get the rudder fixed too, if I can get there. I don't know, we got to see on that. So I've got that, but then I also use the NV charts. Now, wait a minute here. Let me get something here. I know there's been a lot of talk lately about getting rid of the paper charts. Now, I'm one of those guys. I'm a fan of the paper charts. I like the chart books. Now I've been using NV charts for the last 5 years or more, and I like their paper chart. I mean, the paper chart, to me, you get a bigger overview of everything. I think people like NV charts will continue to do it. And the nice thing about this is, when you buy the charts, you get a free digital app and charts that you can put on your tablet or your phone and on your computer. And when you, like I program my stuff on the computer, my charts on the computer. Then they get saved to the NV cloud. When I punch it up on my tablet, I've got those same charts. And this is, you know, a backup chart plotter. Now my tablet is GPS enabled, so I have the GPS on it. So I like that. It also comes with a cruising guide. Now I don't know if the paper charts still come with the printed one, but there's a digital edition to this too. So as you're looking for places to go, like I'll look for something, I can look at the marina, I can see what the depth is. Like here, there's a marina that the approach is only 4.5 feet. Well, I draw 5 feet. This is more of a power boater marina. Here's another one. 15 feet approach. 10 feet at the piers. So this gives you a lot of information. There's bridge clearances and things like that in there. And the other thing that I like to use for planning is the Facebook groups. Now, I belong to quite a few Facebook groups, there's no doubt about it, probably more than I need to, I don't know. But what I have found is people like the Upper Chesapeake Bay Recreational Boaters, it's something, it's a long name. It's a very active group. I think they've got like almost 6,000 plus members, and there's always some good information there. Updates on what's going on at Conowingo Dam, because that affects the Upper Bay. If something's going on with a regatta or a race somewhere, I mean, there's a lot of nice information there. Then there's the mid-bay sailing. That's a good one. I mean, there's always some good information there. There's the cruising ICW. That's really got a lot of good information on it. A lot of people really post to that. It's very active. I don't know how many thousands of members they have on that, but that is a nice group too. But what I've noticed is there's not a lot on the Virginia portion of the Chesapeake Bay. And I've been down there a few times, and I'll tell you, there's a lot of neat things to do on the Virginia Chesapeake Bay. So, as I mentioned, I spent a lot of time on the Upper Bay the last couple of years, and I think I'm going to start spending more time on the Mid Bay and the Virginia Bay, and then that way, come winter, hopefully no problems with the boat, I'm ready to do my southern cruising. So I was thinking about it too, maybe starting another Facebook group. I know, just what we need, another friggin' Facebook group. I know, guys. But I'm thinking about calling it, what did I say here? Virginia's Chesapeake Bay. Or something along that line, where the focus is, because you get on some of these groups, there's a couple of the sailing groups, sailing and cruising, and they're good, and I belong to a couple of the liveaboard sailing groups, but they're all over. I mean, you know, which is good. They're all over the world. England, Australia, the West Coast, the East Coast, lakes. It's everywhere. So I'd like to put, just like the Upper Chesapeake Recreational Boaters group, which really focuses on the Upper Chesapeake Bay. So when you go to that group, you know you're getting relevant information for that. So I'm thinking, let's put together this Virginia's Chesapeake Bay Cruising, or Cruising Chesapeake Bay, Virginia, something like that. And there's a lot of boats down there, especially Deltaville. I mean, man, oh man, they've got a large concentration of boats down there. And there's so many things to see and do in that whole Virginia area. And so there's so many neat places to go and see in Virginia. There's Urbana, there's Deltaville, Portsmouth, Cape Charles, and I mean, Hampton. The list just goes on and on and on. So I think I'm going to try and spend a little bit more time down there, get my planning done ahead of time here. I'm sitting here relaxing with a cigar and a scotch. Might as well do a little bit of planning. You know, do some more anchoring out, do a little bit more exploring, and just kind of expand that a little bit. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I mean, I've got most of the projects on the boat done. And I say most because, as you guys know, you are never truly finished with projects on the boat. There's always going to be something. Well, let's hope in 2020 we all get out on the water more than we did last year. And if you got out a lot last year, you get out just as much, and that we have good weather. And even if it's a little bad now and then, it's all part of it. Let's get out there, enjoy the sailing, the boating, the cruising, the marina hopping, the races, whatever floats your boat. Enough water, that is. So, and anyway, until next time, guys, happy and safe boating to you, your family, and friends, and Happy New Year.